Hi there, Shane here, Motorcycles and Things. Following my video I did, my last video, on my time grapher. This Citizen, is it a Pro Diver or Citizen Diver automatic watch that's in front of me? We'll have a closer look in a moment. I was thinking all day why it's so erratic on the time, and I've sat here for probably 25 minutes watching the time grapher. It did go through a period of, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 minutes, or even 5 minutes of being very steady, plus 0.1 second. Now it's on 0 seconds a day, amplitude 300, and beat error 0.5, 0.3, very good. And then all of a sudden it erratically just jumps up and starts going wampy. Flies up to, I don't know, plus 18, plus 20 seconds a day for no apparent reason. It's a bit... A friend at work suggested, hello Matt, if you watch this video, friend at work suggested it could be magnetised somehow. Now I bought the watch brand new, I've had it for a few months. I've not wore it many times, probably a handful of times, 5 times. I've not been to, well, as far as I'm aware, I've not been standing next to anything what's got magnetism in it. See, it's on +5 now. So what I did, out of curiosity, I thought, when I get home, I'm going to take the back off that watch and have a look. Could be a piece of metal somewhere, a very minute piece of metal. Could be a piece of fluff. Could be anything. A fibre of something. Just got stuck in something. But I took the back off and I can find nothing. But what I'm going to do, it's on, oh, that's very good. I'm happy with what it's showing at the moment. +5 seconds a day, 299 degrees amplitude, beat error of 0.4 milliseconds. So I can't fault that. That's acceptable. Then all of a sudden, for no apparent reason, wallop, and it will jump up and go mad. So I intend, yeah, look, +27. There's no vibration around us apart from me speaking. I've sat here silent, so it's not, my voice isn't making it go suddenly diverse. Now that's +27 seconds a day. A beat error of 0.4, which is still acceptable, but it just randomly jumps up and settles down and goes back. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to I've got my little wooden cocktail stick. I've got the point off the end. I shall put it in a rubber vise, the watch, and well, see what happens. That's on +27 seconds. Can't really make it, well, I could make it worse, I could break it, but I don't normally fiddle with watches, but this is the worst of all my automatic watches, which somehow, I don't know why, I thought would probably be up there and be amongst the best, but it seems the best one is the Vostok Amphibia. Second to that is my Seiko 5, which is not far behind it. So +17 seconds. So I'll spin the camera around, as I always say, get it in the back of the watch hopefully so you can see what I'm doing, and attempt to slow it down. That's on +17 seconds a day, 301 degrees amplitude, 0.4 milliseconds. So we'll see what gives. I've got plenty of time. It's not a windy day today, I could be out flying my drone, but I'll leave that for the next time. Spin the camera. Right, got my little cocktail stick. I've took the point off the end so it's blunt, and I'm going to have a go at hopefully, carefully. I need to buy one of those watch holders really. I've even got a tiny little magnifying glass in the bit of this piece, but I can see good enough. I think. No, Shane. Keep your cool, Tiger. There it is. I've got it. That's it. It's gone minus. I'll give it a little minute. Move our light out the way. This is adjustment number 2. Seems I got a bit carried away there and pushed a little I don't know what the technical word is for it, but I pushed it a little bit too far. So this time we'll increase it. Right. I'm left-handed and I'm doing this with my right hand. Aren't I clever? No, I'm not. I'm going to do it with my left hand. Clever dick. That went up almost as much as I turned it down, so I think I'm going to be playing I'm playing a game of Russian roulette here with a toothpick. Saying that, it did have 0.0 beat error. That was one improvement. Right, we'll spin the camera around and see what it is now. Part 4. Clap 4 times. Right then, after much fiddling, sorry to repeat myself so many times, but after spending possibly an hour in here in my man cave fiddling with this watch, I've got it somewhat consistent, not brilliant by any standards, but it's not flying up to plus 20 and then minus 17 seconds anymore. I started taking the back off, putting the back on, taking the back off, adjusting it, putting the back on. Must have done that 15 times, and eventually I thought, oh, sod this for a game of soldiers, excuse the French. I left the actual watch and the time grapher upside down and fiddled about with it while it was as it is. I haven't made any mistakes, I haven't dropped anything in there, I haven't stopped the motion of it. But as you can see from the time grapher, at one point I got it to a constant, see it's just jumped up to plus 15, but that's not as erratic as it was, but that might be me talking. I am talking quite loud. But the beat error at one point I managed to get was on 6.5, but I had it on a consistent minus 3 seconds a day, but the beat error was wild, something like 6.4, 6.5. I kept fiddling about and fiddling about and fiddling about. I must have done it, oh I don't know, 25-30 times, making minute adjustments to both. I don't know what, I'm not a watchmaker or watch repairer, but in the end I fiddled with both settings. I can't remember what the technical word for them is. I've watched loads of YouTube videos of people repairing watches. I've watched hours and hours worth, and for the life of me I can't remember what the word's called, but that's more consistent than it ever was before I touched it. So I've not destroyed the watch, I've somehow sort of improved it, because the beat error now is 0.3 milliseconds, as you can see at the moment, plus 12 seconds. Well, I'll just keep talking for a moment so you can see that it is fairly consistent. So it's not jumping any longer to plus 25 then minus 17. So that's one sort of beneficial thing from me sitting here for an hour messing with this watch. But plus 9. So it's only gone down by 3 seconds. So it's more consistent. There's sprogs on the screen. Let's turn the beat off if I can do it without knocking any cameras or anything. Plus 11. Turn that off, it's a bit annoying. Mute that. So I'll speak for about the next 15 seconds and then I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to go in home. I've had enough. My patience is running a bit thin after an hour of fiddling about. I think it's an hour, I'm only guessing it's an hour. What time are we on? We're on 22 minutes past 9. I don't know what time I came in here, plus 11. So it's more consistent, so I'm happy with that. I'm not happy with the fact that it's plus 11 seconds a day fast, but the beat error is fairly consistent at 0.3 milliseconds. Like I said, at one point while I was fiddling, it went up to 6.5, and even then it wasn't consistent. It's gone down to plus 4 seconds a day now, look. So yeah, that's as best as I can get this watch, but I've not got any curiosity any longer. I've had a good old look at this through a magnifying glass. I can't see any erroneous bits of fluff in there, or even a human hair or anything that shouldn't be in there. Not, like I said, I'm not a watch repairing person, but to my eyes, from what I can see, everything looks okay. And the rotor spins round freely, the winder rotor, if it's called that. And that's as much as I can say, and we're on +8 seconds a day, so that's far better than what it was. It's probably far from perfect, far from a perfect movement. There is sprogs on the screen there, little dots here and there, but that's a hell of a lot better than it was. +5 seconds a day now, look. So yeah, hopefully when I've screwed the back on, it'll be somewhere near that, and I'm going to call it a night. And I've wore this watch today. I wound it fully up and I've wore it to work, so it has been in use all day. It hasn't freshly come out of a watch box and been wound up. And I have sat it, like I say, I have sat in here and studied this thing for quite some time. It's more consistent than it ever was, so I'll call it a success. If you've stuck with this video, I'm going to try and edit out as much as I can so it'll be as short as possible. I didn't film every part I did, as I say. I got to the point where I got fed up keep taking the back off the watch and putting it back on the mount here. I just left it in there and adjusted it, so I didn't bother filming any of that because it would just have been boring. But +10, if it sticks to that, I'll be more than happy. So thanks for watching this video. The next one will very likely be a drone video, and then I'll slowly filter the watches in here and there between me drone flying videos. I've got a motorbike video coming up in the next couple of weeks. I've got to change the oil on that. It's done, I think it's done about 800 miles, so it's due for its second, the old ZSB 125, my little bike that he got for work. That's due an oil change. Oh, look at that, look, +7 seconds. So it's not running too bad. So thank you once again. Thumbs up, thumbs down, or any comments. I'll read them and I'll reply as soon as I can. Thank you. Take care.